We had a huge rally at the early part of the day here in the stock market. This came after the worst day on Wall Street since 1987, when the Black Monday crash happened. Now, part of what's happening is stocks are very cheap right now. Carl Icahn came out on TV, says he's seeing bargains like he hasn't seen in a long time. So when stocks go down this much, you have people like that who are just stepping in and saying, okay, I'm ready, this is cheap. We've had a couple of weeks of declines from peaks in February. So those declines were big enough to put the whole market into what they call a bear market. It happened very quickly. For the S&P 500, the main index, this was the fastest they've seen since World War II. So bear markets happen, and it's nothing to be freaked out about. They happen normally in the course of a lifetime of a market or of a person. And the bull market that ended was the longest we'd seen. It was 11 years old. This was referred to among people who watch the market as the rally that nobody loved. And the reason they said that is that the stocks just kept going up and up and up. Last year was an extraordinarily big gain for the market, and they were getting expensive. Stocks were getting expensive. And the chatter among Wall Street watchers was, why is the market so high? We don't know why. And so now you have a trigger that's, unexpected in this coronavirus, but it was enough to knock people off of their, some might say, complacency, and say, okay, this gain that we had in the last year or two was overdone. Let's take some money off the table.
Well, obviously, it's the Fed trying to interject some liquidity. That was obviously paramount for the markets themselves, but we still haven't solved the problem, which is the health concern, and I think that's why we're not seeing a bigger rally. This is a bit of a relief rally after an oversold condition, being down almost 30% in about 2 weeks. So really, it's just a time for the market to take a breath and reevaluate what's going on. And of course, being a Friday, people are generally concerned about the long weekend and the amount of uptick in coronavirus cases that we expect to see now that there's so much more testing available.